Welcome to the course Unix and Shell Programming. Myself S. Nag Malikraj, Assistant Professor CAC Department from Vignan Institute of Information Technology. Today our lecture 2 is Unix components or structure of the Unix. In previous lecture, that is lecture 1, we discussed briefly about Unix. That means in the following topics we already covered in the lecture 1. One is why we need Unix. So Unix is nothing but a multi-user, multitasking and time-sharing operating system. And also we discussed what is operating system, how many types of operating systems are there. And next we discussed brief history of Unix, how Unix came into existence, who are the founders. Starting it was Multics, that means multiplex information and computing system. Like that entire history we covered in that. Not only that, we seen features of Unix. So all these topics are covered in the previous lecture. Now while coming to present lecture, Unix components. These are the following topics that we are going to cover in the lecture to Unix components. One is about Unix architecture. Second one, list of components in Unix structure. And next one, let us see the details of what are the functionalities of kernel and what are the functionalities of shell. And finally, summary and some questionnaire. While coming to lecture outcomes, after completion of this lecture, students can able to know how many components are in Unix structure and what are the responsibilities of kernel and what are the responsibilities of shell, and students able to understand how user is interacting to the OS and how these components are helpful for the users. So these are the outcomes of this lecture. Now let us see. After installation of this Linux or Unix, we can see one terminal. The terminal appearance is like this. What this terminal indicates? So this is one of the component of the Unix. That means if you see here, this is one dollar symbol. That means it is the shell or command line interpreter. So where user can interact with the system is only with the help of or through shell only it is possible. So here we are using this dollar symbol indicates Bourne shell. If it is percentage symbol, then it is C shell. If it is hash symbol, then it is bash shell. Like that, so many different types of shells are there. But ultimate target of the shell or ultimate responsibility of shell is a user can interact with the shell. That means we can send our request to the shell. This shell interprets our command and it gives output again back to the user. This is the responsibility of the shell. Now let us see clearly the components that are present in first component here, that is hardware. This is hardware. So it contains all hardware related information. So all hardware, that means whatever the monitor, keyboard, regarding hard disk, everything, what are the hardwares that are present, entire all information it contains. That is the layer 1. So innermost layer, that is the hardware. While coming to layer 2, about the hardware, you can see here next one is kernel. So let us see the responsibilities of kernel or functionalities of kernel are memory management, task scheduling and interrupt and error handling, and date and time services, process scheduling. So we can say kernel, all the operating system functionalities are performed by kernel. So kernel is nothing but heart of the OS. Okay. So it also directly controls the all hardware components. While coming to third layer, shell. Let us see the functionalities of shell. It customizes the user environment and it executes program on user request. Whatever the commands we are typing on the shell or command line interpreter, so it executes and sends back result to the user. So it executes programs on user request. Next, input and output redirection. So later on we see the example how this input and output redirection will works. While coming to shell types, already we seen Bourne shell. So in starting lecture we observed this is dollar symbol, that is we are using this Bourne shell. If it is percentage symbol, that is C shell. If it is hash, then it is bash shell. While coming to tools and utilities, so you can observe here these are all tools and utilities. we can group it into so many categories. For example, the utilities which are helpful or which can apply on file processing or file handling tools. So many tools are there or so many commands are there. So commands is nothing but executable programs. Already in inbuilt executable programs are there. Those are nothing but commands. So in file processing, these commands are we can use. One is WC word count, another one pipe, sort, etc. So many commands are there. While coming to next category, text processing tools. The tools which are applied on the text, those are known as text processing tools. Those are grep, cut command, paste command, etc. Next, pattern matching tools. Under this is VA editor. Still so many editors are there. On communication purpose tools, we can use mail, message, wall commands, etc. Next, housekeeping tools like PWD, present working directory, who command, date, calendar, etc. Like that, many categories are there. Those are tools and utilities. So the commands is nothing but executable programs. So through shell only, we can type our all commands. The shell will interpret all those commands. Application layer. So more complex than utilities, and it is also known as specific type of duties. For example, word processing and spreadsheet. If you see this architecture once again, here, these are the applications. That means PowerPoint presentation, spreadsheets, whatever it may be. This will all comes under the application programs. So that is also through the shell and with the help of kernel only we can execute all user application programs. So more complex than utilities, and it contains some specific type of duties. Example, word processing and spreadsheets. So welcome to summary. Unix components are categorized into 4. So once again, first one is hardware, second one is kernel, and third one is shell, and fourth one is application program. Above that application programs, users are there. So the computer programs that allocate the system resources and coordinate all the details of the computer's internals is called the operating system or kernel. So that's why we are calling as kernel as the heart of the operating system. So while coming to user communicates with the kernel through a program known as the shell. For this we can see one example. How these components will interact to each other. This is shell, that is my command line interpreter. What it will do means, for example, assume one command we are typing, cat space file1. What this command aim is, it will display what are the content present in this file1. Assume file1 contains welcome to Unix. Actually, this is the content present in the file1. If you type this command in the shell prompt or command line interpreter, cat space file1, after enter, this is the output we will get, welcome to Unix. Okay? How this is happening means, so this is third layer of the Unix component or third component of the Unix structure. Here we are typing cat space file1, enter, the content of the file1 is welcome to Unix. Internally what happens means, this shell, what the output, that means human readable format. We can easily read now, so this is human readable format. Internally shell interprets, what interprets means, it will assume this is a command, okay, that is already executable program. For this we are giving input as a file1. Like that it will interpret, here two parameters are there, one is command, another one is input. That means for this command we are giving file1 as an input. Now what this command will do, it will display the content present in that file1. For that background, it will converts, okay, that is the meaning of interpret, it will converts into mission understandable language, okay, that is it passes that information to the kernel. Now kernel understand what the shell wants. it wants the content present in the file 1. Now, kernel interacts or it asks the respective hardware like memory device, whatever it may be, where that file present. From that it will takes that output and again it will sends to the shell. Again shell converts into the human understandable format. So like that we will get this output, welcome to the Unix. Like that all the components of Unix will work internally. So shell asks request to the kernel and kernel gets gets from that hardware, again it will sends back to the shell and shell it displays that output to the user. Where we are seeing means monitor, this is also known as standard output. Like that user communicates with the kernel through a program known as the shell. Next we also seen the functionalities of kernel. All operating system related functionalities are nothing but the kernel functionalities. Process management, task scheduling, memory management, everything will takes by the kernel. So we already seen the functionalities of the shell like that. Welcome to, let us see some small questions in this topic. So what is the use of kernel in the Unix operating system? That means we can, if you stress here, it is nothing but heart of the operating system. Okay, heart of the operating system. It controls all the hardware related components, and we can write the some functionalities like here. That means process management, task scheduling, everything comes under this. So explain briefly different types of shells available in the Unix operating system. So many types are there, but mainly we can use these three. One is Bourne shell, C shell, and another one is Bash shell. Like that we have to tell here. What are the different layers of Unix operating system and explain the relationships between kernel and shell. So in one rough diagram we can explain very clearly. So innermost one is hardware, after that hardware another one is kernel, and after that shell, after that application program, next level is user. Next we have to write all the functionalities of kernel and shell, that comes under here. Explain the functionalities of kernel and shell. So in next lecture we are going to see some basic commands with all examples. Okay, thank you.